right. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Dealatofficial, and this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me, subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat, get you something to drink, get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Cause you see the title, fam. Woo! Let's get into this here.
In New York with major breaking news as we touched on early this morning from the NBA involving not one but two arrests of notable people within the NBA. Shams is with us. We've been following your Twitter feed all morning long, Shams, as you've been reporting on it. For those who've not heard anything about this, tell everyone everything they need to know. What has happened this morning?
Greeny, Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier have both been arrested this morning. Billups at around 6 a.m. in Portland, Oregon, and Rozier around 6 a.m., I'm told, in Orlando, where the Heat were playing last night. Rozier's been arrested for his involvement in alleged sports gambling, prop bets, and Billups, ABC News is reporting, is tied to an illegal poker operation tied to the Mafia. And so the FBI has been investigating this situation for several months, and in Rozier's case, at least 2 years. And today is making arrests. There is a press conference that is set by the FBI. The Eastern District of New York has been leading this investigation. I'm told FBI Director Kash Patel has also been increasingly involved in recent weeks. He will be leading the press conference today as well. But this is really seismic news in the NBA for a sitting NBA head coach in Chauncey Billups to be arrested, taken into custody for alleged illegal gambling, as well as Terry Rozier for sports betting, allegedly. 2 arrests made this morning. There are expected to be numerous arrests also tied to both of these situations.
So the NBA wakes up this morning in the midst of, I suppose you would have to say, a sports league's worst nightmare. Is there any indication that the league had any idea this was coming? Did they know any of this might happen this morning?
As of last night, I was told the NBA did not have knowledge of these specific arrests. This has been led by the FBI. The FBI made their arrests early this morning. But the NBA has been investigating Terry Rozier, Malik Beasley. Terry Rozier was cleared by the NBA investigators over the last couple years. That's why he's been playing in games. Malik Beasley, a free agent, has not been cleared by the NBA investigation. That's been ongoing. As of about 15-20 minutes ago, I was told Malik Beasley was not taken into custody today as part of these gambling investigations and arrests today.
Okay, so again, we've had 2 arrests so far, and the possibility there will be more. It's outstanding work, Shams. As always, we'll let you get back to the phones here, and if there's any further information, please join us as we bring it out to the table here off the bat. We live in an entirely different atmosphere when it comes to sports gambling than certainly those of us, Shefty and I, and some of the older people at the table, grew up in this business being around. Sports gambling was always something that was completely verboten. It was something that was sort of in the shadows. It was something that leagues stayed far away from. It was something that networks like ESPN would stay far away from. Those days are obviously long behind us. You hear a lot about legal sports gambling on this show. The Bussin' Boys, obviously sports gambling is a huge part of what you do, so we put those all out there as a preamble because it might be in the back of people's minds, and we acknowledge that this is a different time and place. However, there is a fine line, not so fine, there is a bold line that obviously has to be drawn between legal sports gambling when it comes to the public and anything that might infiltrate into locker rooms and into teams, and it is...
Real quick, you in here with your boy, Dilla T, and this is No Filters. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, subscribe right now, become a member today. Why? Because we cooking. You see what's going on? Let's get into this here.
Right now, court appearances across the country for those indicted in the massive Mob Lake sports betting ring. Current and former NBA stars, including Hall of Famer Chauncey Billups, among those charged. The feds say the operation stretched across 11 states and involved high-tech gambling and game rigging schemes. Correspondent Nate Foy has got the latest. He's live outside the Brooklyn Federal Courthouse. Wow, this is a big one, Nate.
Yeah, it certainly is rocking the sports world today, John. As you mentioned, court appearances are underway right now, including with members of the Mafia and other New York-based defendants just across the street from where we are. Other court appearances set to happen soon across the country. There are two indictments at play here. One is about an illegal rigged poker scheme that involves two former NBA coaches and players. The other involves a current active NBA player accused of altering his performance during a game as part of a sports gambling scheme. That player is Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier. He was arrested in Orlando early this morning after his team played the Magic last night. He did not play in the game. He's scheduled to appear in federal court in about 20 minutes. Rozier's accused of purposely leaving a game with a phantom injury so that he and his co-conspirators, including his childhood friend, could make tens of thousands of dollars. Meanwhile, NBA Hall of Famer and current Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups was also arrested in Portland this morning for the rigged poker scheme. Now, Billups is scheduled to appear in federal court at 4:30 Eastern Time. He's accused of working with the Mafia to defraud victims who thought they were playing fair poker games that were anything but. One person lost $1.8 million in a single game.
Victims were attracted to play alongside well-known professional athletes and coaches like Chauncey Billups, only to be unknowingly deceived through rigged shuffling machines, fixing the odds in their favor.
So, John, take a look at this. Here is one of those shuffling machines. Prosecutors say they read the cards, predicted which player had the best hand, and then relayed that information to a so-called quarterback who would then use signals to communicate with Billups and others during the games. Prosecutors say the defendants also used X-ray tables to secretly view each player's cards. The NBA put out a statement that reads in part, quote, Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups are being placed on immediate leave from their teams, and we will continue to cooperate with the relevant authorities. Now, former NBA player and coach Damon Jones is listed in both indictments. So he's accused of partaking in the rigged poker games and selling insider information to profit off bets on NBA games. Now, the allegations involve several NBA teams, and not every single person is named in the indictment, but one game that is in question was a 2023 Portland Trail Blazers game where there were a lot of bets placed on it, and the Trailblazers sat four of their starters in that game. Now, during that time, Billups was the head coach of the Trailblazers, but he's not facing any charges related to that game. This is an ongoing investigation, and it's part of the same investigation that resulted in a lifetime ban for former Toronto Raptors player Jonte Porter, who admitted to altering his performances during games so that people, including himself, could profit off of these prop bets. We'll send it back to you, John.
You know, if you presented that to a movie studio as a script, they'd say, it's too far-fetched. Nobody will buy it. Nate Foy for us. Thanks, Nate.
It reminds me of the 1979 Boston College point shaving scandal, John.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not old enough to remember that. Thank you, Nate.
All right, let's bring in Fox and Friends co-host Brian Kilmeade and former NYPD Inspector Paul Morrow, a Fox News contributor. Brian, you're familiar with every corner of the sports world. I mean, heads are exploding right now.
I know that you really got two things going on. I think, it's serious in terms of legal stuff on the modified card shuffling, the games in East Hampton, the games in Las Vegas, and I get it. But I think the bigger story is in the sports world, because you have this Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups, who's right now just in the card game, but we'll see if the indictment spreads out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Right Time, a Wave original. This is a YouTube exclusive. Subscribe, like, rate us, review us, give us 5 stars, only give us 4 stars. I'm inclined to believe you are a hater, even though YouTube doesn't have stars. Anyway, big gambling story, news of which has dropped today. Chauncey Billups arrested, Damon Jones arrested, Terry Rozier arrested, kind of sort of for different things. Terry Rozier giving inside information to the homies, and then, my foot hurt, and then not playing, people banging the under. Allegedly, Damon Jones, who seems to be tied up in two different things. Damon Jones is tied up in perhaps giving inside information to gamblers because he has some gambling issues himself, while also being what they call a face card. And a face card is a guy who participates in a rigged poker game, but he is used as an attraction to get people to play in the game. The face card are those people, and then it's the fish that are the victims. And Ryan, we were reading about it also. We learned a lot. It's quarterbacks.
Yes, we've learned a lot about their terms, the people involved. This has been evolving, so this is what we've been doing all morning.
Yes. This is what we've got. And then Chauncey Billups, where Damon Jones is involved in both stories, got arrested, but he is only involved in the poker fixing. And so what the allegation is, this game is rigged. And when we talk about learning, I didn't know this was possible. So the games are being played, and there's X-ray machines that are reading the cards. And Ryan, the shuffle machine, like they got the shufflers, and some of the shufflers are in on the scale.
Yeah, the shufflers are rigged. They can tell what cards are coming up.
Right.
And again, yeah, it's just a very rigged operation. Like they knew what they were doing, and they had this very well planned.
Right, and you ask yourself, like, what kinds of people have X-ray machines and bogus shufflers? And the answer is, duh, the Mafia. Capital T, capital M, the Mafia. The words Cosa Nostra are being used in reports. Chauncey Billups allegedly was the face of rigged poker games that were run by the 5 families. I know this sounds like fiction, but the actual 5 families. And I want to take a moment to send a shout out to organized crime, because everywhere else in America, we have a problem where what used to be the big 6 or whatever turns into the big 3, because all of these businesses merging and just engaging in a world where antitrust doesn't even matter anymore. But no, they still got some sense of foul play over there. It was the 5 families when I was a kid. It is the 5 families now. Y'all staying on y'all square. I respect that. Anyway, let us stop and take a moment to appreciate what I just said, because I think that this is the part that is very important. The 5 families had an NBA head coach in their pocket. Now, I am going to presume that Chauncey Billups is in their pocket. And the reason I'm going to presume that Chauncey Billups is in their pocket, well, it's actually 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is that I feel like once you start engaging in actual factual mafia business with the mafia, they kind of got you. You know what I mean? Y'all are kind of sucking this together. But number 2 is I can only assume that the only way that Chauncey Billups wound up doing this with these people is because he had to. I've met Chauncey Billups before. Chauncey Billups, everybody, by the way, he's a guy that everybody I know just about has very, very nice things to say about. Like, people talk about him around the NBA as being a real stand-up dude. I can only assume that he's not a complete and total moron. And so since I assume that he is not a complete and total moron, I'm assuming that he didn't just get into this to get some side money. But I would really like
He signed a contract extension this April.
He just did. And it's so funny. I was like, he can go ahead. They're going to pack up his office. He ain't got to do it for him. They're going to throw his family pictures in the same hefty bag with that suit that he keep in the closet just in case, right? Somebody hit me on Twitter and was like, he just signed an extension. He'll be fine in that regard. I was like, are you high?
Yeah, he's being investigated with all 5 of the families. His job is the least of his.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there's something in the contract that says that if they say you hanging out with the 5 families, we ain't gotta pay you no money. Okay, like I feel like that's pretty much on the board. That's going to be there. But how did he get here? Because let me tell you, Ryan, that's going to be a shame-filled mugshot. Like, by the time people hear this, it is possible they would have already seen it. He's supposed to be in court on Thursday afternoon. That's going to be a guy looking like, oh, how did I get here? And I want to know. I have no idea how we got here. Like Terry Rozier, look, man, I don't know that dude. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, okay? If I need to apologize, I apologize. But I'm not terribly surprised that he would do something terribly stupid.
And also was running a much less elaborate.
Yes. He was one of the kind of scheme.
Allegedly running a less elaborate.
The kind of scheme that like guys get caught for. Number two, the kind of scheme that you would imagine Terry Rozier engaging in. But I watched Terry Rozier play basketball. Very similar to the way that J-Mo Williams, the dude that got caught placing bets at the facility, is not the one that Big Brain Ben should have asked to throw a double reverse pass in that game. Like, I make assumptions about one thing based on the other, right? Terry Rozier's shot selection tells me that, yeah, he might do something like this. Chauncey Billups, I did not see. But the Damon Jones story, that one becomes interesting. And where it's going to be something is the next level of the story with him is going to be who knew. Now, I think that that's going to be a level of the story also with Chauncey Billups.
That like, but subscribe,
Jones is one of these dudes that's just kind of around the NBA. Like, you don't necessarily know what job he has. Like, oh, he works for ESPN now. Oh, he works for the Cavaliers now. Oh, he's just like, doesn't work for the Lakers, but he's just kind of around. Like, he's a guy that just winds up in places. But the extent of what he was in, because Ryan, he's in both of these.
Yes, he is one of the, there's the Rozier, essentially point-shaving case.
Yes.
And then there is the Billups rigged poker games, and Jones is involved in both.
He's in all kinds of trouble. But for our episode that comes out on Friday, we talked to Pat Forty, who let us know that he's been reporting on the stuff around this for 18 months, and that there's some parts that he didn't say anything in particular, obviously, but there are elements of this. He covers college sports. There are elements that go over there. This is what I've been talking about this whole time. I have been saying for the longest, and I'm not bragging about this. I'm just saying this for people who might be showing up here for the first time. I've been saying for months that a gigantic scandal was coming down the pipe, that we did not necessarily know what the scandal would be. Now, with Rozier, I can tell you, I heard that something was cooking with him even before the whispers started, being around him. People have been talking about folks involved in this, all three of these, right? I talked to somebody right before I got through doing this podcast who had been investigating Damon Jones before this. There is a poker podcast that in 2023 made an allegation of Chauncey Billups being associated with a rigged poker game. And then Terry Rozier, like I say, I heard about that one. This has been swirling around about all of these guys. Now, do you think that all of this was about three people? Maybe it was. I don't actually have the answer for you. I find it unlikely that all of this is about three people. Buckle up. It is here. It is coming. And all of us who work in this industry are going to have to reckon with the fact that in one form or another, unless you are doing what you do on an independent subscription basis, if you work in sports, some of your money is coming from gambling. Now, I want to be very clear that we cannot blame what these accusations are on like FanDuel, DraftKings, or whatever it is. What is being alleged in this are things that even if you don't have any sort of moral problem with the prevalence of gambling in our business, these things would still be wrong. Like Chauncey Billups apparently is being used to walk people into a game where they're going to get stole from. And I can't even lie. I thought at first that the story was that Chauncey Billups was getting used to get suckers into these poker games and that Damon Jones was actually one of the suckers, which would have actually been a much more fascinating angle than this.
Yeah, there's a really simple way of describing the rigged poker games. It's called stealing.
Yes.
it's luring people to your house to steal.
Right, it is fraud. It can be fraud even if it's illegal on its face, right?
Right.
Like that is what we have on this. That would be wrong. Chauncey Billups participating in those games, that would be wrong. People were shaving points before there was legal gambling, right? All of that happens to be there. But part of how we got here was the John Tate Porter situation. And that was a guy who clearly got addicted to gambling, and then it goes from there. The paperwork and the press conference with Damon Jones is implying that he is somebody who was addicted to gambling. I still got to know how Chauncey Billups got caught up in this. I really don't know. Maybe he got caught up in gambling in some way. I have no idea. But this all happens right around the same time that the NCAA says that it will allow its players to gamble on professional sports. What are you morons doing? Of all these things that you have done to shut these players down, like it speaks most to the morality or the immorality specifically of what they were doing to stop those players from getting paid, because you clearly have no intention of giving them any measure of protection whatsoever. If you are now saying you can go ahead and do this. Nah, man, we're all in the business of selling this form of cocaine. We know it and we don't need to lie about it. And some of y'all are like, hey, look, maybe you're the one that can do a little bit of cocaine, right? But some people, they can't. They wind up in the web, and it winds up being partially stories like the ones that we are talking about right now. This is where we are in this. Every commissioner of every league, they booty gotta be like, just tight as a drum. They gotta feel all the way locked up, because this is the world that we're in, and this isn't the last time this is gonna happen, right? Some other names are going to wind up coming up. I don't know how. I also want to ask this question, Ryan, because Gilbert Arenas' name got tied up also in the poker game. And of course, the allegations against him are as hilarious as one might expect if I told you that Gilbert Arenas got indicted.
Correct. Yes. And talk about someone who you would, weren't surprised by the report.
He has a different risk calculus than the rest of us. I like Gilbert, but Gilbert takes chances.
Great guy.
He takes chances that I myself personally would not be inclined to take. But is the FBI now, are they going through their poker craze? Like you remember 20 years ago when it was the poker craze in the World Series of Poker? Is it now the FBI's time to just get to the bottom of all the poker?
I guess, there's also different forms of illegal poker games. There's one where it's the house is taking a cut, and then there's one you're being lured into the house to get stolen from, and then there's, also these games where other illegal things are going on.
Yes.
And so apparently they have decided this is a serious target of investigation for that.
Yeah, I'm going to say this right here, right now to Damon Jones. I don't know if you're listening. Maybe you are. No, LeBron is not going to take any more of your calls. You just need to know this right now. Because let me tell you something about that LeBron James. If there is one word that describes him or defines him, it is very clear to me. Scandal-proof. That is the most amazing part of it. Look, Michael Jordan always get a little bit sketchy in the stuff he gets into. We ain't really got that on LeBron James. That man is scandal-proof. If you were to ask me to say, hey, you think LeBron knew anything about what Damon Jones was doing? No. If he did, let me tell you what he wouldn't be doing no more. Hanging out with Damon Jones. Yeah. I was about to say I would bet money on that, except that feels like something that would be inappropriate in this context.
Hit that like button, subscribe, family. You in here with your boy Dilla T and my fam, and what? You got a reason, because we cook it.
Thank you, and I'll now turn it over to Special Agent in charge of HSI, Ricky Patel.
Thanks, Chris. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rick Patel. I'm the Special Agent in charge for Homeland Security Investigations here in New York. This morning, hundreds of special agents and investigators with HSI, the FBI, the New York Waterfront Commission, and the NYPD descended upon the homes of individuals who for years have operated with the false sense of impunity, a false sense of incivility. In the early hours of today, across 9 states, coast to coast, dozens of defendants were arrested and will face the consequences of their alleged crimes. This was their wake-up call. With the alleged involvement of 3 La Cosa Nostra crime families, 1 NBA head coach, a Hall of Famer, no less, and former NBA players, the years of investigative work that culminated with this morning's operation seem reminiscent of a Hollywood movie. But this wasn't luck, and this wasn't theatrics. This was an evidence-driven, relentless, and unified effort among law enforcement. Through what we have dubbed Operation Royal Flush, HSI New York, along with our task force personnel from the Waterfront Commission, first uncovered this scheme more than 4 years ago. Agents and investigators dedicated countless hours and sleepless nights in identifying the criminal network, dissecting communications and patterns, and following the money with precision. We built the case piece by piece. And what we discovered was a sprawling criminal enterprise that utilized cutting-edge technology and various methods of deception to dupe unsuspecting gamblers into paying up so that these defendants could cash out. As alleged, this sophisticated conspiracy cheated victims out of at least $7 million and placed the public and the defendants alike at risk. This case involved global reach, financial depth, and the patience to dismantle complex financial criminal enterprises from the inside out. When criminal organizations attempt to launder profits through our country, HSI connects the dots and shuts it down. To anyone who thinks intimidation, fraud, or violence will shield their profits, understand this. If you are exploiting our communities, expect HSI and all of our law enforcement partners at your door. I would like to thank all our partners here today. Obviously, the United States Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York, the Waterfront Commission, the FBI, the NYPD, and the prosecutors that will carry this forward. Today's arrests are not an endpoint. They are the start of accountability. Thank you, and I now turn it over to Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch.
Good morning. Thank you to Director Patel, Assistant Director Ray, and U.S. Attorney NOFEELTERS. What we're announcing today is not just another takedown. It's the result of more than 2 years of coordinated investigative work by the NYPD's Joint Organized Crime Task Force and the FBI. 2 cases that exposed criminal networks led by 34 individuals who believed the rules did not apply to them. They hid behind layers of complexity, behind money, and behind influence, believing those things would shield them from accountability. The first case, Operation Nothing But Bet, exposed a gambling ring built around professional basketball, where players and associates allegedly used inside information to manipulate prop bets on major sports betting platforms. They placed wagers on unders on players to score less, rebound less, assist less, using information that was not yet public. In some instances, players altered their performance or took themselves out of games to make sure that those bets paid out. One example occurred on March 23rd, 2023 in Charlotte. Terry Rozier, an NBA player now with the Miami Heat, but at the time playing for the Hornets, allegedly let others close to him know that he planned to leave the game early with a supposed injury. Using that information, members of the group placed more than $200,000 in wagers on his under statistics. Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. The proceeds were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash. As the NBA season tips off, his career is already benched, not for injury, but for integrity. As a result of this investigation, 6 defendants, including Rozier, are now facing conspiracy to commit bank and wire fraud. In a second case, Operation Zen Diagram, investigators uncovered a long-running scheme in which members and associates of several well-known organized crime families rigged high-stakes poker games across the country. These operatives included capos and multiple soldiers from the Bonanno, Gambino, Lucchese, and Genovese crime families, bringing 4 of the 5 families together in a single indictment is extraordinarily rare. It reflects how deep and how far this investigation reached and the skill and the persistence it took to get here. That work uncovered a deliberate, technologically sophisticated operation designed to carry out their crimes. They used custom shuffling machines that could read the order of cards, barcoded decks, and hidden cameras built into tables and light fixtures. The organizers also enlisted well-known public figures, former and current NBA players and coaches, including Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, an NBA champion and a Hall of Famer, to make the games appear legitimate. Victims believed that they were sitting at a fair table. Instead, they were cheated out of millions. One victim in particular lost $1.8 million. In total, losses exceeded $7 million and continue to climb. And when people refused to pay, These defendants did what organized crime has always done. They used threats, they used intimidation, and they used violence. It's the same pattern that we have seen for decades. Traditional mob enforcement methods combined with new technology to expand the reach of their operations. Now, with the unsealing of today's indictment, 34 individuals are facing charges, including robbery, extortion, money laundering, wire fraud, bank fraud, and illegal gambling. I want to commend the outstanding work of our detectives from the Joint Organized Crime Task Force and their dedication to these cases, especially Captain Ruben Pagan, Sergeant Chris McGuire, Detective Alexander Creamer, Detective James McCullough, and of course our Chief of Detectives, Chief Kenny. As part of these investigations, our members recovered and reviewed thousands of hours of video, conducted extensive surveillance on illegal gambling locations across the city, and executed more than 24 search warrants on electronic records that revealed the true extent of this conspiracy. Once again, the work of our detectives, together with the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office, closed those gaps before they could widen further. The NYPD is proud to stand with each of you today, as these cases represent the kind of partnership that defines modern law enforcement agencies, sharing intelligence, coordinating resources, and moving as one team. Thank you.
If anyone has any questions that they'd like to ask, now is the time.
Let me see if I can get this one. Oh, I see they don't want this video to get into the algorithm. Make sure you guys smash the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel, because here we go. And once again, it's on. And Lord have mercy, man. This is absolutely disgusting. First of all, let me start off by saying salute to everybody that's in the building. Second of all, let me say to everybody that's listening, the NBA has currently put Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier on leave because of their current ongoing federal situations. They can't outright just terminate their contracts because they be found guilty of these crimes in which they are alleged. But this is wicked. And I'm going to tell you why this is wicked. And, you know, I have a question as well. Why aren't they going so hard on the Epstein files? They're going on this type of stuff. But let me say this, and let me put this clear, ladies and gentlemen. There was another man I told y'all about today. And I told y'all this morning that this man was a very, very close friend. He was once a teammate, very close friend, and an assistant coach to LeBron Ramon James. He turned from being his teammate, the knockdown three-point shooter, to being his assistant coach over there with Tyronn Lue and them, to him being an assistant coach in the NBA. But he's always been LeBron James' friend, and I told y'all this. But now it is ugly. This is not about us wanting LeBron James to go down. This is about what happened in that indictment today. Ladies and gentlemen, it has just been revealed, according to The Athletic, that LeBron James' name has now appeared in this situation. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly what's going on. I'm sorry, y'all, for the noise behind me. I'm in the sport.
Shout out to Smith with the $5 donation in the super chat. You see it? Support!
That they owe me from that Bucks game last night. But they act like they got a hard time trying to get my money. I'm like, man, y'all just give my money. But LeBron James, you guys, he just been hit with these allegations, man. It's about to be man, it's about to be ugly, man. You know what I'm saying? Que no va a poder venir. Mañana 9 de la mañana en punto. All right, y'all.
Hit that like button, subscribe right now. We cooking in here. You better understand what's going on. LeBron James, your name came up. Now, why your name in there?
Okay, y'all, hold on one second. Dude's telling me something. So, So allegedly told others to bet on Milwaukee after learning that LeBron James. What would happen is that LeBron James, according to the reports, and I'm gonna give it to you guys right now. It's in the Athletic right now, and it's being reported all online. It's going viral right now. That LeBron James was reportedly he was the player that Damon Jones used inside information on before a February 23rd Bucks versus Lakers game, in which he infamously missed that game. Now, Damon Jones, who's close friends with LeBron James, allegedly told others to bet on Milwaukee after learning that LeBron James would sit out with ankle soreness before it was on the injury report. Let me repeat myself again. This is diabolical, and this is in the Athletic, and I'm going to give you guys the whole record. Because see, I'm going to say something. I seen my brother, 7'8". I love my brother. He said this is racist. I don't agree. I disagree with my brother on that. See, I think that this is biased. I seen my brother, 7'8". I love my brother. He said this is racist. I don't agree. I disagree with my brother on that. Damon Jones, who's close friends with LeBron James, allegedly told others to bet on Milwaukee after learning that LeBron James would sit out with ankle soreness before it was on the injury report. Let me repeat myself again. This is diabolical, and this is in the Athletic, and I'm going to give you guys the whole breakdown. Because see, I'm going to say something. I seen my brother, 7'8". I love my brother. He said this is racist. I don't agree. I disagree with my brother on that. See, I think that this is biased because, yeah, you know, they ain't want to cook on the Epstein files and everything like that. But absolute stupidity will get what it deserves. Damon Jones, ladies and gentlemen, according to the reports, and let me give you guys the flat out allegations. According to those allegations and reports, Damon Jones used LeBron James now in the Pacific. And let me say this again, right? Now, let me say this again, right? Sources indicate, right, that this is crazy work, man. Bro, hold on. I gotta get some runner's notes. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Let me get some runner's notes. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Man, can y'all hear me perfectly right now, man? My bad, y'all. I was in the lobby and what you call it, with all these people, all this noise on me. LeBron James, right? And he worked as a player development coach with the Cavs and the Wizards, but he was not formally employed by the Lakers during the period in question. However, as a longtime friend of LeBron James, Damon Jones was granted restricted access to the Lakers facilities, right? Including the team plane, locker rooms, and practices to assist with LeBron James' training and development. Now, sources indicate that this access allowed Damon Jones to learn about LeBron James' injury status before it was publicly reported on the NBA injury list. And the indictment, right, it states that a prominent example of allegations against Damon Jones in a federal indictment, right, involves a February 9th, 2023 game between the Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks, where Damon Jones somehow learned that LeBron James would sit out due to ankle soreness before this was even put on the injury report. And then he allegedly informed or sold. He allegedly informed or sold this information to bettors.
Hold on. Let's get right up in here. Hold up, Lively Cuts. Lively Cuts said, I don't think LeBron knew. Hold up, Lively Cuts. I appreciate you pulling up. Hit that like button, subscribe, double tap that screen. You can become a member right now. You hear me? Hear me out right now. The key thing that he just said was that when Damian Jones, this man in this picture right now that's laughing with LeBron, the thing that he just said that gave him up, that let me know further, let LeBron knew, because when the report came out that he was already injured, this man was already placing bets about the report before way before it came out on the report. It came out on the actual injury report for the NBA. Because the NBA always got that injury report to let you know who playing and who ain't. Okay? That's the regular sheet. How that man got access to LeBron? How is he the only one with access to LeBron? And unofficial access in Lakers uniform, but official access in every other way he went. Don't tell me don't sit up in here talking about LeBron didn't know that. This man has had access to LeBron in 3 of places this man done played at. 2 places was official access. Lakers was unofficial access. And the funny part is about it is you don't really know what people money look like. A lot of these people, you would be like, okay, wow, hold up. Chauncey Billups, you a coach. How you getting paid all of this money? Why would you bet getting paid all of this money? No, that ain't the case. They just told you the mob was involved. The Mafia. Terry Rozier. He might have placed a bet and he owed somebody. So they told him, this how you gonna pay it back. And now he over there trying to play that game with him, trying to play that under game so he can get him out of his pocket. But in the same sense, you still played the game early and often. So we're not gonna sit up here and act like LeBron don't know what this man is doing with his life. And he been around that man 20 decades. You better shut it up in here. Don't tell me that man didn't know what was going on up in here, just like he didn't know about Diddy. But he on Diddy talking about, oh, ain't nothing like a Diddy party. What we talking about? And I told somebody before, I said, listen to me. LeBron should have been got out the game. He should have been retired. Theo in the building. He should have been got out the game, been retired. You understand? Because now you want to stick around and have all these arguments about who the GOAT is. You want to be lifted up. You want to be praised. You just don't want to walk away from the game at all. Well, there you go, buddy. The fact you still here, now your dirty laundry coming out now. You should have got your riches, your rings, and sit down somewhere. But you ain't gonna believe the next clip I'm gonna play for you after this. Hit that like button, subscribe. It's the reason why you're here. COOKIN!
Asking them to wager on the Bucks to win the game. And the Bucks did win the game. 115-106. With LeBron James ruled out publicly only hours before tip-off of that game. Oh, you said who's my source? The best in the business. The Athletic is the source. The Athletic is the source. Oh my God. Smash the like button. Come on in here. See, we can say, hey man, this is that. Nah, you can't jump the gun. You got to know what the allegations are first. You got to jump the gun. When they say illegal gambling, they're saying that Damon Jones, who was given access to the Lakers facilities, even though he wasn't a coach, had full access to LeBron James. Somehow he allegedly.
How do he have full access to LeBron James wherever he go, but he's not a coach? He's not a doctor, a coach, nothing. And every time LeBron is injured or got to sit out or sit down, that man then told somebody about it. Allegedly. You can call it that if you want, Dan, but he already got 4 of them, including Rich Paul being a manager. What we talking about? You would have thought that in your mind, but the biggest thing that I definitely know is that at the end of the day, the greed, the pride of life will put you in this type of position when you already get millions. Tell me why would LeBron in his right mind want to make this little bitty type of money on the side off betting? And you getting all the money in the world? You can Google how much LeBron making a minute. But then that'll make you think. You would think like, oh, why would he do that? He LeBron. He getting all the money. But then you would think, why would Chauncey Billups be in this position? He a coach. He's got access to all the money. You would think, why would Terry Rozier do it? He's an NBA player. He just signed a new deal with Miami Heat. He got all the money. So you're thinking about gambling, addiction. That's what plays a role here. Because what in your right mind would you be getting paid $26 million, but yet you're gambling this type of gamble, playing with your life for $50,000 or $1 million? Or not even $1 million. It's just $50,000. Oh, it's thousands of dollars. But yet you got 26 million. It's more to that, fam. Because that makes no sense whatsoever. I know it's more to it than just that. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. We cooking in here.
And I hope this is not true. He allegedly leaked info and sold sports bettors and the people about LeBron James' injury status before the game it was even announced on the injury report. And told them to bet against it. And we all noticed how LeBron James would duck those Bucks games against Giannis. And he told them, allegedly, to bet on the Milwaukee Bucks. And they bet on the Bucks. And the Bucks won the game. Now the scheme was part of a larger FBI probe into legal bookmaking.
Let me bring that back for something that you know happened that LeBron was a part of. They was playing the Bucks February 9th, 2023. The Bucks, the Lakers. LeBron was told to sit out. Damian found out about it. He told the betting people before the injury report came out that LeBron was going to be out. And sure enough, LeBron and the Lakers lost. And the Milwaukee Bucks won. That makes you question every time a player said they was injured. Even with Kawhi Leonard from the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, y'all know who Kawhi is. Even Kawhi, some came out about him. Sitting all these games but getting paid to sit down. And now you're looking at it like, oh wow, they've been really just sitting and getting the bag. Because they playing with the betting? That's what the level is? So trust me, I believe LeBron knew.
Won the game. Now the scheme was part of a larger FBI probe into legal bookmaking with connections to the Genovese crime family. Damon Jones is accused of leaking other NBA game details for betting, though the LeBron-related incident is the most highlighted involving LeBron James. Now, the operation included underground poker games, sports bets, leading to arrests across multiple states. In this situation right here, and I want to say this right now, LeBron James has not been implicated by the feds. He has not been implicated, or he has not been accused of any wrongdoing. But this situation right here is damning, because Damon Jones and these guys, if you're this close to LeBron James, wouldn't you have a right to protect this guy?
Right.
Why would you need to allegedly do any of this stuff? And let me say this again, right? And I want to put this out here again, right? Who would force anybody to do these things? And here's the reason why. I love my brother 7-8, but I disagree with what he said. I disagree with what 7-8 said when he said this is racist. The reason why I disagree with what 7-8 said is because this investigation started before Donald Trump became president again. It started when he wasn't president. And to the person who says, why you putting LeBron James' name on, you would understand. If you look on your screen, since you're asking me, why am I putting LeBron James, your king's name? on the screen. If you look on the screen, sir, maybe you would stop sniffing any and everywhere you can sniff. And you can figure something out, fool. Right? And once again, this investigation has been going on for years. See, the feds don't just come after you in one day. The feds don't come after you in 1 year. The feds investigate you for a long time. And that's the only reason why I disagree with Saturday on this, because they started this investigation before Donald J. Trump was President of the United States of America. Now, this buffoon is going to get mad at me, right? With his draws up as you know what, his crusty draws up as you know what. He ain't going to get mad at the athletic. He ain't going to get mad at the athletic. And I need you to answer you this question. These guys were all close to LeBron James. Close. So close that why would you need to do any of these things if LeBron James has all this money and you got all this access to him? Why would anybody need to do any of these things? And the feds, and I will have that full indictment when I get home laid out on the screen so you guys can read some of the things that these guys have been accused of, right? Cheating the game of basketball, how is that racist when you are being alleged of faking injuries to go out of game and cheating people who are paying to see these games and paying to bet on these games? That has no color. I disagree with my brother Seven there. I love that brother. I disagree with him on that. Because this investigation started before Donald J. Trump. And it comes out now, right? It comes out now, right? Now, I will agree to a point where, why haven't they put out the Epstein files? Why are they playing games with these Epstein files? That is a real question that we need to answer. Why are they playing games with the Epstein files? These are real questions we gotta ask ourselves. Why are they playing games with the Epstein files? But why we're not answering ourselves this, right? Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna change your mother, nigga. Blocked. Traveling lenses, you mad? Tell her I said, hey, you know what? You're blocked. I'm just gonna block you. You ain't nothing but a stain, boy. You ain't nothing but a stain. I know you mad. You ready to start crying, boy? You ready to start crying, boy? Ready to start crying, boy? Yeah, man. Ain't so much of a king that you think he is. I know you ready to start crying, boy. You ready to start crying, boy? You want a pepper? You want a bib? You want some tissue? So, as I said to everybody, and I'm going to say this again, right? When you look at this situation right here, and as everything unfolds and all of these allegations unfold, how many figures around LeBron James have been involved in shady activities? Think about what I just said, y'all. There's been a lot of figures around LeBron James. A lot of figures that have been involved, that Fed investigation the first time, into the PEDs and stuff like that, where they linked one of his friends, close friends and close associates. Oh, you know it's cooking, boy. You ain't gotta believe me, you can go look this shit up on the Athletic. And you better believe, when I get home, when I get on that damn computer, boy, you better believe I'm going to put the entire indictment on the screen so you can see it in black and white. Entire indictment, boy. In charge. Friend. Damon Jones used information that nobody had access to. And he allegedly sold this information to sports bettors and gamblers and all these other people to earn money off betting on these.
LeBron James. Through.
Games illegally. So basically, they're alleging that Damon Jones, LeBron James' friend, went to the sports, all these different bettors and all these different mafia people. I guess that's what they're saying, alleging. And saying that he allegedly went to them and said, hey, look, LeBron hurt, he ain't gonna play tonight. Well, he gonna be out. He gonna be on the injury list. You wanna go, now see, anybody who bets will understand one thing. For example, I'm at the sports book right now, right? But here's how it works, right? So in the sports book, hold on, y'all. So in the sports book, y'all, how it works is like this. In the sports book, they have what you call spreads for the games, right? And the spread will go up and down depending on who comes in and who goes off the injury list, right? So let's say the Lakers are picked to win by 5 points against the Milwaukee Bucks, right? But that's if LeBron James is playing. If LeBron James is not playing, the Lakers.
XOTY. No, this ain't that. This ain't clickbait, partner. Let's tell you what's up. It's not about him being blamed for the league or every time some criticizes off him. You need to understand he's around opening up a lot of his mouth. What he's chosen to do is stick around for these conversations. He's stuck around for all of this. So you being the face of the league, yeah, you're going to be looked at a certain way, or the fact of you being the face of the league, you're always going to be measured on that. So whatever discussions go on with the league or how the league is set and looked at, yeah, it's going to always probably stem back to you or some way, somehow the conversation is going to involve your name. So when we speak about MJ, I told fam earlier, Michael Jordan had the same situations about having gambling problems. He had to step away. That's what it was. And I'm thinking in my head, like, is this because this man LeBron better? Think about it. The season just started. Yesterday was game 1 for a lot of our teams, basketball teams, period. Yeah, grand opening, the season. And then all of a sudden, the next day, the next morning, this come out? It's a difference, fam. Something ain't right. That's how I know somebody opened up their mouth because they said 2 years. 2 years. 2-3 years probably. So that tell you somebody blew the whistle on this situation for real. And that brings me to my next video. Hit that like button and subscribe. Act like you know what's going on up in here. I got something for you, fam. And you ain't gonna believe it.
Okay, y'all. Word on the street is this might not just be about Gilbert Arenas, y'all.
No.
Word on the street is there's another snitch in town. Okay, not just Gilbert Arenas. And people are saying it could be Gilbert or it could be P. Diddy, y'all. Word on the street. This is what they're saying.
So somebody
said that Diddy recently had an attempt on his life. Okay, y'all? Which was a warning or somebody caught them in time before they got to him. But either way it goes, they're saying that Diddy is snitching too. They say he's close to this situation that's going on with all of these basketball players and ex-basketball players and coaches getting caught up. They're saying that Diddy is desperate to get out that prison, and he can't, everything that he is leaning toward. The pardon, the this, that, nothing is working for him. So word on the street is Diddy could be in that snitching too, y'all. And he knows LeBron James like the back of his hand, and LeBron James' name is popping up now. And it makes all the sense in the world. So we are about to talk about it. We are about to talk about it. Okay, y'all? Hello and welcome to my channel.
Crazy,
please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To my day 1s, 2s, and 3s. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all and welcome, welcome, welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So everything is alleged, some is not, and the fair accuracy is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. I had to throw a little, what you call it, block party. I had to throw one a few minutes ago because I got dummies coming in my comment section talking about, you gonna get Gilbert hurt. Putting this type of information out. I was reading the post that this has hit the fan already. I didn't put this out. This is a story that's coming out. These are reports that's coming out about Gilbert, y'all. Just like I'm about to put this report out right now. Word on the street is P. Diddy could be the one snitching. Now let me tell y'all something. When I did that last video, I said it don't make sense for somebody to jump on social media.
I knew somebody snitched on him because this was a 2-year process. Somebody put something out there about this because think about it. They said that they had customized tables with lights. They had stuff rigged up Like you wouldn't even have knew you was walking into a rigged up poker game or a rigged up gambling game. The table rig, the light rig, the scrambler rig, the dealer rig, the table itself is rigged. People around you sitting there is rigged. Everybody and everything is rigged. You ain't lying, Roof. It's gonna be a dirty game. That's why we gotta see it. We gotta see the clean. That's why we gotta cleanly see what's going on, so we can see the dirt, so we can identify the dirt, so we can clean it off, so we can see it for what it is. You get what I'm saying? And that's why we gotta understand her. That's why this matter more than ever. Because when you get real, you want people to stay real. You want to keep having to receive the same real. And like Ruth just said, no one is real anymore. But you got to understand, no one was never real. The circumstances of things changed because they was fake. We just opening our eyes. That's all, man. That's all. It's been what it's been. You got to understand, think about this. Back in the day, great-great-grandmothers, great-great-grandparents, they got married. They were still married. And they passed away together. You ever thought about that? So when you look at those times and how even in those times, rap music wasn't even out. All the music was about love. That's why when you turn on old school and all of the song was about a woman, a man, relationships, hot loving, all of that. That's all it was. So the difference I'm saying is because the times change and what's being put out there, that's why it ain't no more real. It ain't no more loyalty. When kids started having kids, how could they teach loyalty if a kid never was taught loyalty from the jump? Things have been what they have been. We just opened our eyes. Now that we see this, why? Because it's so blatant. It's so blunt. It's so clear. It's so direct. It's so bold. That's the difference. Back then, you on the screen in a video or anything showing their behinds. Like literally showing their bare cheeks. That's what we're seeing now in videos, all of that. You understand? So it's a difference now, okay? Because that's now being accepted because it's already been put on the eyes. So when we're talking about what ain't never was or been, oh no, the times changed. And then when kids got younger, nobody was taught nothing no more. And then when daddies wasn't there no more, fathers ain't there in the house, it's just nothing but baby mamas out here running rapid. That played a big role as well. All of that play a role on how to break down the family, the hood, all of that, gentrification, all of these things. Where you have to devalue a neighborhood, make everybody move out, and then people come in and buy the hood and raise the value of it. The point is, that was a manual doing. That's what's going on here. But again, it's been going on. We just now opening our eyes. This been going on. When Chris Cross came out talking about make you jump, jump, Mac Daddy make you jump, jump, Chris Cross will make. You seen them pants on them. You see they wearing clothes backwards. They ain't even care no more. That's when stupid started. Right in front of your face. What I tell you, it's always a starting point. You got to identify. Then when you identify, you see how long you've been fooled. Somebody say they woke now. I heard you. That's the only difference. Been going on. So the difference here tonight and what we're discussing is somebody on this. Somebody blew the whistle. Somebody, we finding out that it ain't Gilbert and Serena.
Media and say if they get, you know, should have hit the fan, I am going to tell on everybody, and then all of a sudden everybody get busted right after you go to jail. That little suspect. It is what it is. Ain't nobody trying to get nobody caught up in coming out about Gilbert, y'all. Just like I'm about to put this report out right now. Word on the street is P. Diddy could be the one snitching.
Woo!
Now let me tell y'all something. When I did that last video, I said it don't make sense for somebody to jump on social media and say if they get, you know, should have hit the fan, I am going to tell on everybody, and then all of a sudden everybody get busted right after you go to jail. That little suspect. It is what it is. Ain't nobody trying to get nobody caught up and you speak too fast and you this, you that. And then somebody was like, oh, this ain't even the type of gambling.
Hit that like, button, subscribe, and cooking, fam.
About all angles of the gaming situation. All angles, poker, the NBA games was getting rigged, all of that. This is what they're saying. And they saying that the mob was tied to this. Now, my thing is, when people are saying that this could be P. Diddy, makes sense too. This makes sense. This guy's desperate to get out of jail. And he knows a lot of stuff too. You think Diddy wasn't at none of those high stakes games? You think Diddy wouldn't get in on some of those bets? I'm just saying, y'all. You think this is how the rich stay rich? Scams and stuff like this, some of the things that they are doing. This is how they stay rich. So it makes sense that people are putting P. Diddy in this. What better way to set up Gilbert Arena, the person who was dumb enough to post that on social media and say, if Sugar hits the fan, basically, I'm gonna snitch on everybody. Oh, we can snitch. Just think about Diddy. He snitched right now, and then they put the stories out and say that this guy did it. We already see right now that a lot of reports that's coming out in the media are lies. They're trying to steer narratives, whatever way they want to send them. So it makes sense for them to say, oh, Gilbert was dumb enough to get caught going to jail. He just got into jail too. You can snitch and everybody gonna think he did it. Because he said he was gonna snitch. Think about that, y'all. Now, I know they're saying that Gilbert is quiet right now, but should have didn't hit the fan already. He ain't got nothing else to say. Who gonna believe him? If he do come out and say something. But if I was him, I would. If you didn't do nothing, you didn't do nothing. Okay? This is why Gilbert is looking suspect right now. And it's more than one gaming system that's going on right now, y'all. They're talking about poker games. They're talking about private games at parties, at people's homes, and stuff like that, that they were doing illegal betting. They're talking about all of this stuff. They're talking about games that were thrown. And I know there are bloggers out here, and I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. I don't care what nobody say. This is why they call me Miss Lowdown, because I'm gonna give y'all the lowdown. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing, and I ain't gonna sell out, okay, y'all? But it seems like some bloggers are sellouts, even ex-NFL players, seeming like they on some sellout stuff. I know they're pushing in the narrative right now to make it look as if LeBron James didn't know nothing about these. I'm just saying, y'all, these illegal bets. They're trying to act as if LeBron James didn't know about it. And I'm just saying this. How do we know he did it? How do we know he didn't know about it, y'all? Because word on the street is he was throwing those games on purpose. On purpose, y'all.
What I tell you?
So, I don't know why this particular blogger, oh, this is my genre right here because this is NFL and I got friends and this and that and this. You couldn't even get a basket. It ain't like people still gonna be close to you. And I'm just saying, y'all, okay? It ain't like he was just gonna keep up with all the people in NBA when they don't even, I mean, certain crowds hang around certain crowds. And I just don't see this blogger that's running around here pretending like LeBron didn't know nothing and trying to clear his name all of a sudden. It just seems like this blogger's trying to get brownie points, okay?
It don't matter.
This is how I butt heads
It don't matter.
sometimes. I still support him. But at the same time, no. What you're saying doesn't make sense. And we're about to address everything right now, okay, y'all? We are about to address it all. Now, I just did this story talking about NBA gambling bust. And they were saying that people were wondering, did Gilbert Arena snitch?
Salty,
okay, y'all?
juicy, dry.
Like I said, word on the street is,
that's different.
Look at the top right here where it says, Also charged with Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, who was reportedly arrested in Orlando and linked to unusual betting activity, dating back to his time with the Charlotte Hornets. Former NBA player Damon Jones was also named in the case. Not only is Damon Jones named in the case, but they're saying LeBron James is coming up. And the reason why LeBron James' name is coming up, allegedly, is him and Damon Jones are best friends. And they're saying that this guy was calling them out, telling them that this team gonna win. So put all your bets on this team.
That's about.
It just so happened that team that won was not the team that LeBron James was on. LeBron James either got hurt or something like that in the game, and the other team ended up winning. And this is how a lot of people were making big money and millions of dollars off of betting. Okay, y'all? And the mob, they claim, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. They're saying that the mob was making a boatload of money off of this stuff, y'all. A boatload of money. And if y'all think for 1 minute that LeBron don't want to get nothing out of this, I'm just saying my personal opinion. I don't know, I'll be around them. But this seems like all of this was worked out together, y'all. Now, I know another blogger is pushing, he would find out that LeBron James would be coming back to the game before everybody else. That don't even make no sense.
Shut up, Felicia Baker. Whatever, Felicia Baker. Just shut up. You just here talking. And you know, we're going to keep letting you talk, because I want you to expose how stupid you sound. Yeah, because everybody in here see it. Fam see it, because they about to get on you. You understand? They about to get on you. Shut up, Felicia. You sound stupid. I'll say more. Just dumb. Bored and dumb. So weird. Weirdo. To the fullness. Ruth. You telling me about that mango, though? While she over there talking stupid. Felicia, can you, listen, what she said, can you, Felicia Baker, can you want to have a platform if you talked about those people you understood, so you have nothing else to do to make money or own something to do this to respect, and you downgrading your own race, and I'm downgrading my own race. And you said do this to make money? That's what you said, I'm doing this to make money? That's what you said? Is you stupid? Is you stupid? Don't even know me, just talk. Know about my kids, my life, what I've been through, what I've done, how I'm coming and how I'm going. You don't even know who you talking to right now. My history precedes itself. You need to watch who you talking to. It's a difference. Your savior is because you in another state. God is my witness. If you can feel me through this phone, you will get off of her right now. Because you're dealing with one of them. Get back to your family, Felicia Baker. Get back to your kids. You hear me? You don't know what I've been through. Tonight is not the night. Right, Felicia, we need you to go get a life. Right now. Go get a life right now. Go get a life right now. We appreciate you. You should hit that like button and come back and subscribe, because every time you do, we're going to break you down. Yeah, we're going to break you. Because there's something about your ears and your attention that I know you want us. She said, but you don't care who you heard money in your pocket and who. Shut up. You just sound stupid. Look, girl. My daughter talk better than you. All of them. Don't even know how to speak. You emotional? I almost felt like I had time today. But like Lori just said, we family here. We discuss issues. We do it all. But we wanted to save you and your family. But now you on the little bus. Because you want to play with me. You don't know what I've been through. I'm telling you, you better back down. Because I make you feel like a mustard seed. You hear me? I'll make you feel like a mustard seed in 2 seconds, straight through this live, right here, right now. Watch your mouth and chill out while you in my house. She said, that means you're not educated, you're not awoke, you're still asleep. Right, and you right here sleep with me in my house. So that's what I'm telling you. I appreciate you being here in my house. But today ain't the day, fam. Hit that like button, subscribe. We gonna cook regardless of you. And we probably gonna cook you, Felicia. You little stupid ass. We probably gonna cook you. Watch your mouth. Let her know, Ruth. I wanted to know about the mango. She over here talking.
So we're gonna just call, I'm just saying, y'all, call David Jones and tell him, oh, LeBron ain't coming back. Or he'll call and check up on LeBron and LeBron will tell him that he ain't coming back in the game. So he'll call and contact the people right away and tell them. That don't make no sense. If he was going to throw these games, he was going to throw these games from the beginning when he first stepped on the floor, when the game first started. That's my personal opinion. I think these games was already rigged up from the beginning. This is why a lot of people say a lot of these games are rigged, okay? We're going to adjust the elephant in the room. We're not going to baby LeBron James, okay? LeBron James' number is up just like Beyonce, just like Jay-Z, just like P. Diddy. These all people hang together, y'all. They're all in
Shut
the
up,
same
Taylor.
circle.
See, Taylor, now you
And
stupid. You stupid, Taylor. You stupid. Now you stupid. What's wrong? You bored? You tough? Where you at? Where you at, Taylor? Since you tough. You don't even know who back you got. Look at just talking. Don't even know who you talking to. Where you at, Taylor? Where you at? Let's get some eyes on you. Let's get some calls made. Since everybody tough up in here feel like they can't be touched. Where you at? Just tell me where you at. Figure this out. Since you think you know who you dealing with. I just, let me know, Felicia and Taylor, where y'all at? Y'all got all that mouth, shut up, don't say nothing else. Just tell me where you at. So we can get active. Make some calls. You act like I'm just in one city or my people just in one place. You must be stupid. Could you please tell me where y'all at while y'all talking? Let me know where you at.
Gonna tell me, and I'm not gonna listen to no blogger that's an ex-basketball player sit up here and make up a story just so he can get brownie points with other basketball players. They're saying this is tied to the mob, y'all. And this makes sense to why somebody came at Diddy's throat. Either that was a warning or, y'all, and I don't think it was a warning because why not just eliminate the problem? I think that they let this person get in there to Diddy and they stopped it before he did it because they want Diddy to snitch on everybody. And it just so happened right after this stuff happened with the knife against Diddy's his throat.
Yes, it is. No filter. Okay? Subscribe now,
you know what you cut a cake with? Up against Diddy's throat. Now all of a sudden, LeBron James' name is coming up in throwing games. And if people don't like what I'm saying, you know where the doorknob is at. Don't let it hit you on your way out. Nobody's gonna go back and forth with you in the comment section because you don't like what somebody's saying, and you're a big fan of LeBron James and all these people. All these people going down games. It's the reason why Jay-Z and Beyonce is over there in the Middle East. Okay, y'all? It's the reason why they getting out of Dodge real fast.
Yeah, that's right, bro.
They know shit about to hit the fan. Jay-Z been around a bunch of snitches. The person that's over the CEO over his record, his Rock Nation, she's a snitch. Yes. His best friend, his right-hand man, P. Diddy is a snitch. P. Diddy's daddy went to prison and snitched on the whole operation. Yes. I told you this game too bright. Everybody that he did business with was snitches. That's why he on the run. That's why she is getting ready for her new life, y'all. This is Beyonce and Jay-Z's new life. Hiding. Running and hiding. Did y'all see how Blue Ivy was running and everybody was talking about how fake that run was? She ain't even a celebrity. Ain't nobody even chasing her. And she's running from the car to the place. Did y'all peep that? And I told them, I said it then and I'm going to say it now. She was practicing running. This is their new life right now. Beyonce, Mama, everybody. They're gonna be hiding when they get together to see each other. This is what it looks like, y'all. And then they try to throw a fake story out and say, oh, Jay-Z is over there doing business. He just signed in the business deal. What business deal you signed?
Carissa in the building. I appreciate you getting comfortable. Hit that like button, subscribe. You need to be a member.
Because who's doing business with Jay-Z if you Baruch, y'all? Who's doing business with him? And people in the United States, banks and all this stuff is not doing business with Beyonce and Jay-Z anymore. Y'all think people over there finna put money in with Jay-Z and them about anything? No. Jay-Z and them is over there probably paying them for to have them, okay? They're making plans to get out of Dodge, y'all. Make it seem like they go in one place when they go.
Oh yeah, I heard you, Cash. That's a real player, like two player pot.
Before she can hide out in, y'all. They saying there's 2 snitches who's locked up, y'all. Not one. They said Gilbert Arenas, yeah, he joked about snitching. So it's a possibility that he will snitch. But it's more than one snitch that they're saying that could be attached to this situation. And they're saying that both of them
hit that like button, subscribe, partner. Cooking.
Okay? And Diddy has just as much of a chance as being the snitch than even Gilbert Arenas.
Why you hurt Felicia Lee? Or tell me where you at.
That this guy had an attempt on his life recently. This is what the story is all over the place, y'all. Did they let that guy get to Diddy to make Diddy talk more? Did they do that to scare the shitter out of Diddy while he's in prison so he can spill his guts on everything and everybody, all the dirt that they were doing around him? I told y'all the other day, word on the street is LeBron James is on the chopping block, y'all. He's on the chopping block. They're saying that he hasn't really given up any sacrifice to the vices in his, stardom, y'all. They're saying he's on the chopping block. So don't be surprised when you hear something about, anything close to his situation going on right now. Word on the street is, y'all, LeBron James was throwing games.
What's up, Niece? What we doing, Jelena? That like button, subscribe, make sure you heard, fam.
Y'all, for the mob. So don't, like I told y'all, I don't know, I wasn't there, but don't just listen to one side of a story.
LeBron had something about that Kobe Bryant too, so different.
And run with that. This is bigger than what y'all thought. And a lot of people feel like this is a distraction because they don't want to release lists and all of this other stuff. But I just think them chickens is coming home right now, y'all. I'm just saying. I think them chickens is coming home. Do y'all remember, I did that video, P. Diddy's little, movie that came on, I think it was Tubi or whatever, and they portrayed him as the slasher. How ironic now that somebody got something at his throat, but through that movie, he had knives, y'all, which cut a cake with, at other people's throats, y'all, in that show. And I kept telling y'all he got bodies, according to that show. Why in the world would they come at him in the same exact way, y'all? I don't think this is a coincidence at all, y'all. I really, really don't. I don't think this is a coincidence. I think them chickens is coming home to these demonic people. Jay-Z think he can run, him and Beyonce think that they can run away from their problem.
You get to sit in there when you tired, Rue.
And they say that Beyonce is rocking with Jay-Z on this whole situation, but there's a lot of rumors out there saying that Beyonce is behind those doors. I don't know how she can do it if she's running back and forth to out the country with him and this and that. I don't know what time she had to talk to a lawyer about a divorce, but there are divorce rumors going around when it comes to Beyonce and Jay-Z's situation. Could she be trying to separate herself from this stuff quietly, and in a minute her and Jay-Z gonna split ways? I don't know, but a lot of people thinking that Beyonce ain't gonna be with this mess. She's going to get out some type of way. I'm just saying, y'all. I see her shopping for clothes. That's what I'm seeing in the, but this could be a front. I don't know. The word on the street is all of these house ninjas right here. Okay? Demonic.
Oh, I know.
And I think them chickens is coming home to them. And I don't care if you're a fan of them or not. I really don't.
All the love.
I really don't. Because other people have their opinion on them too. I used to be fans of, Beyonce and Jay-Z music back in the day.
We lost our game opener, though. Boston lost their game opener.
That they have done and pushed and this and that and this. I think this is their karma all coming back. And LeBron James is on the chopping block right now, like it or not. Like it or not, he's on the chopping block, y'all. And it is what it is, y'all. His name is coming up in the situation, and they're saying that there's a strong possibility that Diddy is behind snitching, y'all. Snitching. If somebody came at Diddy with, something you cut a cake with and got to him to a point where they could put that up to his neck, there's no way that they didn't go and take him out. You see how they came at Tory.
That's the problem. Hit that like button, subscribe, understand something right quick. They saying that Diddy told on him. And to be honest with you, I was waiting on when he was going to tell on somebody. But he said, no, he going to wait till the NBA start. And you going to drop the bomb like that right before the NBA start? I mean, that sound like some Diddy. That sound like some Diddy. You going to wait. He could have dropped this bomb anywhere else, anytime. He did it right when the season started. By the way, Boston lost their home opener hot.
Spreads out. The one thing about...
That was crazy work, fam. All right, I'm finna unfold a little more for you. Let's go, Gilbert.
Okay, y'all. There are a boatload of arrests taking place right now in the NBA, y'all. Yes, I said it. NBA players, former NBA players, a coach, a whole gambling ring going on right now, y'all. And they said somebody snitched. Somebody snitched, and they said that they were going to snitch before they snitched. And people still went and hung out with him and did illegal things around him after he admitted that he was going to snitch on them. Y'all, we about to talk about it. We are about to talk about it. Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching.
I feel you, Chris. Christopher in the building.
To my day 1s, 2s, and 3s. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all. And welcome.
Patriots
This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So everything is alleged. Some is not. And the fair accuse is in my description box, y'all. So,
I knew it.
Let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. First, I want to say happy Thursday. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Please stay safe and all that good stuff. Please stay aware of your surroundings. And please, y'all, watch the company that you keep, because it just may save your life or keep you out of trouble. Okay, y'all? So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Y'all, shit done hit the fan in the NBA now. Boy, oh boy. They got too much money. They don't know what to do with it. And it is what it is, y'all. This is why these celebrities are going down. They cannot stop sinning. They can't stop sinning. The greed, the this, the that, the lust, the this, the that. This is why everybody is going down, because of all of them 7 deadly sins, y'all, okay? This is what's going on, if you ask me. Now, they're saying that there has been a huge bust in the NBA. They say they've been gambling, y'all. A bunch of celebrities are going to jail. And they saying that one of them, allegedly, named is Gilbert Arenas. I wasn't there, so I don't know, but this is what the streets is saying, that he snitched. Not only did he snitch, but he said he was going to snitch. If he go to jail or whatever and get in some trouble, he publicly said that he is going to snitch. And he got in some trouble and went to jail right on the street. And now they're saying that there are so many people getting arrested. 31 to be exact, y'all. This is what they're saying. Now they're asking the question. The world is asking the question. Did Gilbert Arenas snitch? They're saying that the feds have announced major indictments after the NBA star's arrest. And the fans is thinking that he snitched, y'all, okay? And they're saying that it's looking like things about to get real messy for him. And some folks online are convinced that the former NBA All-Star might have done exactly what he said he was going to do, is snitch, y'all. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. He told on himself. You mean to tell me that's just like you are out selling street pharmacy stuff with somebody, right? And this person that got online some type of way and posted that if I get caught selling my street pharmacy stuff, I'm going to snitch on whoever with me that's selling my street pharmacy stuff. This is what it sounded like he said. And you mean to tell me that the world knew it because he's a former NBA player, whatever. He's still very popular out there, whatever. You mean to tell me somebody still decided to do illegal things around this guy and he said he was gonna snitch y'all? He said it? Lord have mercy. Let me go to another picture for y'all. Look at here. Y'all, and wait till y'all hear about the things that they're saying that he is guilty of, okay? They said back in August now, y'all, this guy was arrested in connection with an illegal high-stakes poker ring that was illegally being run out of in his Encino, y'all, in California mansion. So he got a mansion that he was having these games at. And Lord, they said it was illegal. They said the feds claimed that they had everything. These 31 people that's getting arrested, they about to do some prison time. They about to do some time. They said the police have the feds, y'all, have video evidence, text messages, and they got informants. Who y'all think that informant is? The one that said he was going to be the informant. Word on the street. They're saying that this is proving that Gilbert was tied to a major organized gambling operation. Lord have mercy, y'all. A bunch of these celebrities about to go to prison. It's going to be more celebrities in jail than regular civilians in a minute, ain't y'all? Lord have mercy, have mercy. They said at the time, Arenas laughed off the situation online, telling his fans that he wasn't worried because he had a plan to stay out of prison. Lord have mercy. He said that he was snitching. He publicly announced that he was snitching. Now, just 2 months later, 2 months after he admitted online, y'all, the feds have announced a massive nationwide indictment, and fans think Arenas his little plan might have went through. Okay, y'all? This is what they said. The feds is announcing new charges against big NBA names, y'all. According to multiple reports, Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups has been charged in an illegal poker scheme. Okay? This was the coach, y'all. The coach. Connected to organized crime families. So if they got the coach, y'all know they got a lot of other players. Who is these other 31 people? Y'all, this is crazy. The indictment is accusing him of participating in rigged poker games tied to Bananos. This is some kind of Colombian family, some Mafia families, okay, y'all? Genovese and Colombo families, 3 of the most powerful Mafia organizations in the country. These ninjas is dumb. Not only is they doing illegal poker schemes, but they are connected to the mob, y'all. Lord have mercy. What is going on here? What is going on here? Y'all, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. It's going down, y'all. Sources are saying that 31 people were indicted across the country for the scheme, which included the rigged games in New York, the Hamptons, and Las Vegas. Y'all should have hit the fan. Lord have mercy. And everybody's running around and talking about why are they going after all these people of color. If you're this stupid to make it in life and just can be comfortable the rest of your life and keep your nose clean in the industry and everything else, if you're that stupid that you can't do that with all that
love, you Ruth, you know what it is?
This is their own fault that
know what
it
is. Love.
A lot of it was pushing agendas in the industry. I ain't talking about the NBA, but they do it too.
Oh, y'all talking that smack? I ain't know that.
They say he on the chopping block right now too. It's a lot going on everywhere, not just the rappers and the celebrities and this and that. These NBA players, a lot of people been doing some dirty stuff, okay? And this is a lot of karma coming back to them. This doesn't make no sense. What? Lord have mercy. They're saying that players allegedly took orders on when to win or lose, y'all, while the mob controlled the house. Always came out.
Strength and honor.
Lord have mercy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. They're saying that also charged was Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier,
turning it up.
who was reportedly arrested in Orlando. and linked to unusual betting activity, dating back to his time with the Charlotte Hornets, y'all. Former NBA player Damon Jones was also named in the case. Oh my goodness, y'all, they naming everybody.
Oh, yeah.
They're asking did Gilbert really snitch? The fans haven't said anything publicly about Gilbert's cooperation, but the timing is suspicious, y'all, that all of these people is getting in trouble right now. And get this, word on the street is those little gambling parties that was held at the house, he was the one hosting it. The word on the street, y'all, word on the street. They said Arenas was arrested and charged weeks before the new round of indictments dropped. The prosecutors had already hinted that they had an Operation Witness, helping them expand the investigation, y'all. You mean to tell me, now I don't know, I'm just this from my understanding, he helped through the parties. And which means he invited these people. And now he's snitching on these people. Is this what they say, y'all? This is what I heard. This is what I heard. They said now that major NBA names are being taken down.
Hold on, Alvin, you straight? We good? You straight, Alvin? Appreciate you, man. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, fam. You know you're dealing with one of the family members in here to make sure we right. Just want to make sure we straight on this, on all this and that. You know what I mean? That's how we coming, how we going, how we living. Let me tell you something, man. It's a difference on what's going on right here because this is so, let me tell you, this is so groundbreaking for the NBA, groundbreaking for just life. This is another viral moment in life. Again, this is the world we living in. Charlie Kirk, viral moment. NBA, gambling with the 5 families of the mafia, of the mob. You understand? You wasn't around when the Godfather movie came out. You wasn't around when Gotti came out. You wasn't around when it was really like that in New York. You wasn't around. And if you was, salute. But you wasn't around. This is like stuff we read about, the movies we see. This is what this is. You have never and yet 4 to 5 families of the mob and the mafia. I got you, Ruth, and the mafia. I got to make a point here. You got to hear me. Because we're going to end up having movie night tomorrow night. Because I want you to understand the mob. I want you to understand the 5 families. I want you to understand the history of these folks. Ain't no way. See, the reason why I respect the mob and the mafia is because they stand on the business and they still have morals. Family, church. But they'll still get at you if you in line. Yeah. So it's a difference when I'm speaking about the mob and the mafia because you're talking about we wasn't around, fam. You know, bro, Godfather. Because I'm finna know which one. We got the Goodfellas. Oh, we're going to talk about it. We wasn't around for that. But none of y'all was around for Godfather. None of y'all was around. How Godfather was getting down. People was pulling up asking that man for everything. I feel like we need a movie night. And we're going to do it right the right way. You know what I'm saying, Theo? I feel like that, fam. Ruth, what you want? Because you know you didn't pull up. I appreciate you, but you didn't pull up. Lori, I figured out what I got to do now to make sure we can see the movie all the way in its entirety. You hear me? That's what we're going to have to do. We need to see Godfather. We need to see this because I want y'all to understand how they operate. They still operating today without no regard. And right now, you hear me. The Mafia had an NBA coach in their pocket. You understand the magnitude of that? You probably don't because you don't care. You're not involved. I just want you to understand. Chauncey Billups probably didn't do that by reason or by choice. That might have been a force. He might have found his... And let me tell you something. Chauncey Billups used to play basketball before he was a coach. You don't know how long he been tied in with these folks. You get what I'm saying? So when we're talking about real facts, real fiction, real life, I feel like we need to have a movie night so y'all can see how real mafia, how the mob really been getting down for decades. Decades. So if you're with me, fam, and you with the movie night, press 1. I need to know if you're with me tomorrow on the movie night, press 1. We're going to adjust cameras. We're going to get everything right, do what we got to do the way we got to do it in the real manner that it got to be done. You understand? I want y'all to always understand the history of where we come from and what we do and the way we done it. And I want you to know where we're going and the way we move forward. Because once you understand, to inform, understand, and be aware. That is the point of this. We need to inform, understand, and be aware. That if it walk like a, talk like a, we know what it is. You understand? But I need you to know how long these ducks been operating. And you really can't call them no ducks. See, I don't look at the mob as a duck. Let me reframe that. My bad. The mafia ain't no ducks. They letting you know how they coming. They letting you know how they coming out the bag. Off the flip. Black and white, ain't no color to it. This what it is and this what it ain't. Shout out to you, Alvin, and I appreciate you, family, because we family. We believe in her. We understand her together. We go far. We know alone, we move not, we go nowhere. We lost. We got to do this together. That's why we in here. I need to know, is we watching this tomorrow? Because I want to give you the history of these people so you can know moving forward, this is what's coming. I had something so cooked up ready for y'all, and then I found out this was going on. Oh yeah, tell them, Ruth, we love each other. We fam here. We ain't playing no games. It's all love here. At some point, one day, we all gonna meet up in the same city, and it probably be mine. But the fact of the matter, that's how real it is here. We plan to get together. That's what we doing here, fam. Yeah, we plan to literally make a trip to come together, face to face. That's what we planning on doing. Here at No Filters with my family. You understand? Hit that like button, double tap that screen, subscribe right now, and become a member because we cooking in here. You heard me? It's a reason why we have to have these discussions because there's so much that go on in the world every day. Think about it. You wake up, hit YouTube, you see like, what? And then you be like, huh? And then some of y'all don't even see it till you pull up here at No Filters, 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. This is what we learn. This is what we know. We ain't gossiping. We don't care about their lives and what they doing. We care about ours and our kids. We don't care about the headline because we read in between the lines. We are not the fools over here at No Filters. We are not to be fooled over here. We are not to be hoodwinked, bamboozled. I got more words for you. We also do not lack knowledge over here at No Filters. You better watch your mouth because you can get embarrassed articulately or straight out the hood, fam. What we doing? It's either way you want it. But I suggest that you be our family first so we don't have to get into all of that. Everybody here got love for you. Everybody here understand what we're doing. Everybody here ain't nobody perfect. We all been through it. We all going through it. We all gonna get out of it. You understand? That's the point here. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, subscribe. We got some more minutes going on right here. I want you to know, tomorrow night, I believe in a movie night, and we bringing gangster right here because I need you to know how the mob really move, how the mafia been moving, and how it's been going on. If you're scared, we finna prepare you. And if you're prepared, you ain't gonna be scared. That's the point of us doing this. So I want you to know 9 p.m. I need you all to understand how serious it is at 9 p.m. It's a reason why it's 9 p.m. Because when you, first of all, when you subscribe, it's a bell right there behind that subscription. You need to hit that bell and then go down to all. Hit all. That's it. Because tomorrow when you wake up and you go to work and you come home and you hit YouTube, you're going to see your boy Dilla T waiting for you 9 p.m. And all I need you to do is come into the house. Hit the notify me. You understand? And that's a real thing. I'm going to give you that, Rue. I'm going to give you that. Because coming in at 9:30, I was trying to make sure everybody in this building, but we're going to let that ride. So we know we got to be on time. And that's the real thing. Because a lot happened. So we're going to get it together and make sure that we all in here, man. Shout out to you, Chris. I appreciate you, Chris. But Chino, Silk in the building, you already know what it is. Making sure you understand what's going on. I don't think you know. Your boy LeBron James. Woo woo! We're gonna do this last little roundup on this last one here. My boy Silk just pulled up in here. New details, shocking details of these men right here doing the unthinkable, and you wouldn't even
We're
thought.
turning to the breaking news out of the NBA, where the Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier and Portland Trail Blazers coach Chauncey Billups are under arrest this morning in connection with federal sports betting investigations. According to 3 sources with direct knowledge of the matter, members and associates of organized crime groups are also among the couple of dozen individuals expected to face criminal charges in 2 separate illegal gambling-related cases. Rozier has previously been linked to unusual betting patterns surrounding his play, specifically during the 2023 season with the Charlotte Hornets. Charges for Billups appear to be related to an illegal poker operation. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Brooklyn and FBI Director Kash Patel are scheduled to hold a news conference on the cases at the top of the hour. Joining us now, New York Magazine contributing editor and Washington Post columnist Will Leach with the latest, and also, what do you make of the news, Will?
I mean, it is. It's not. They're saying these investigations are separate but related, which I think speaks to how kind of wide-ranging this is. You know, this is the second time that Rozier has been a part of something. To me, the larger thing, the fact that Billups, he's a coach. Like there's also an assistant coach, Damon Jones, who's involved in this as well. The fact that this is not the first time that Rozier's been involved. This has not been the first NBA situation. This has not been the first sports situation. Remember, Emmanuel Clase, the closer for the Cleveland Guardians, was unable to play the end of the season.
Shout out to Helen in the building. Hit that like button, subscribe right now.
Gambling investigation involved in as well with Major League Baseball. This is something that a lot of people have been warning about for a long period of time. Not just when gambling was made legal, at least states were unable to make it illegal, but also when leagues themselves have jumped really full feet. You watch these games on the FanDuel network, and there are broadcasters saying, hey, if you want to get a little action on this game right now, on this free throw that's coming up, particularly when you come to the Rozier thing. Rozier is the thing involving micro betting, which is the idea you bet on what's going to happen to the next player, how many assists they're going to get, and something that is very ripe for corruption. I think we've seen it multiple times with him.
Okay, forgive me for I mean, it just seems like gambling and sports, and you just mentioned, that it seems very much hand in hand. So what makes it illegal? What crosses the line here, and how do these cases that we're just hearing about potentially play into that?
Yeah, the cookout here, we ready.
Themselves are not allowed to do this, and very clearly, the thing that was worrisome with Emmanuel Clase, for example, investigation that's still going on in Major League Baseball, he was accused of the first pitch he would throw would be a ball or a strike, and people were able to bet on whether or not it would be a ball or a strike. That's one of the issues that a lot of people have with micro betting. We've seen players banned from the league permanently for this, with the idea of get a certain number of rebounds. If you can bet under 5 rebounds, and then he pulls a hamstring at the beginning of the game and can't play the rest of the game. You're seeing things like these things are generally flagged. There are groups that keep an eye on that. That's actually how Rozier was caught on this.
And real quick, let's be clear. Kash Patel is the FBI director. He got up there and spoke as if this was about Epstein files. He got up there with all these people and spoke about this, and he said, under the Trump administration, we want anyone and everyone to know there will be no tolerance. Trump is trying to make a point. And he's trying to do it in the way that he can only do it. See, he just can't come after you and me because we talking and going crazy. But it's the fact that he chooses to go after those because he has to make his presence known, because he can't come against us because of those files. So what he can do is only crack down on what he only has control over. You ever had somebody tell you, worry about what you can worry about? Only do what you can control. You heard that, ain't you? That peach. You understand? And that's what Trump is doing. He's controlling only what he can control out of the madness and the frustrations of the Epstein file publicly being out there that the people continue to crush his brain and his life about. And he can do nothing. Let me tell you why. One example, Jimmy Kimmel. He canceled Jimmy Kimmel Live. That's the Tonight Show. He canceled him for talking about him. He sued the Wall Street Journal for talking about him. Let me tell you something. The stuff he's doing is record-breaking. People have never done. Not no judge, not no nothing. Definitely not no president. So I'm telling you, he's only controlling and going after and doing things frustration-y wise because only what he can control is what he's doing. So moving forward, I want you to know Trump coming. He about to do some more. And you about to keep hearing about some more. Some more. Just the more is going to continue to come out. But as he continues to do this, the people are going to still result back to the Epstein files. Because if you can put all this energy and all of this FBI and all this 100,000 Homeland Security, this is what they didn't think about when they sat at that new ballroom table and was thinking about how can I get the people off of me and get them focused on something else. They just kept coming up with, okay, well, Charlie Kirk, let me see, let's just make Charlie Kirk go extra crazy. Let's see about war. Let's shut down the government. Let me see. Oh, okay, yeah, let's just go after the mob, see what they got going. I know they're doing some crazy gambling or something. What about those guys, Terry Rozier from 2 years ago that they said was, yeah, let's go after them. Yeah. That's this. And this is right in our face. And that's how they're drawing it up. But when they draw it up, they never say, but when it all dies down, they still gonna want the Epstein files. You understand? That's what they're going to say at the end. When it all dies down, they still going to want the Epstein files. They never think about what is it going to take to not have to get back there. The truth! Release it. Why? Because when you elected for president, that's what y'all ran on. Releasing the Epstein files. Just like Obama ran on hope. Let me tell y'all something. You better hear me right now. Just like Obama ran on hope. If you go back to every interview about Trump, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, they all was talking about Epstein files. All of them. And they said they're going to release them, and we have nothing to worry about. So now that they're not, Trump looks like nothing but a big liar. And like I said, he is going to continue to run down any and everybody else to get the attention off of him because of them Epstein files. And until they are released, I feel so sorry about all these innocent people that's going down for stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. The NBA, the mob, gambling, that's illegal. But it's funny if the NBA told the players that they can start gambling legally. That's what's messed up. Because the NBA definitely said they can start gambling a certain way. You understand me, Theo? I know what's going on in here. Don't play with me. I know what's going on. The next breaking situation that's finna happen, you're gonna be shocked. You hear me, fam? Because at the end of the day, think about it. Whose name came up in the NBA? LeBron James. That is the biggest and only name that will rule the NBA today. So again, instead of him, it was Diddy. Instead of him, it was Charlie Kirk. Instead of him, now it's LeBron James. So we're going to see how long the attention lasts on LeBron James and the NBA. Because at the end of the day, if Kamala Harris would have got elected, we would have seen a difference in population control. Everything everything that the people would have wanted to happen would have happened, but everything bad that we don't believe in would have happened. Let me say that again. If Kamala was reelected, everything that we wanted to happen would have happened, but everything we don't believe in would have happened as well. And that is exactly what happened with Obama. He gave us hope. He did everything we needed him to do with stamps, stimulus check, all of that. But what he did do that we didn't agree with, some of us, not all. And this is not against the gay community, but he made gay rights to be able to vote for gay, to be able to be married. They also created bathrooms for kids. That a boy could walk into a girl's bathroom if they chose to be changed or chose to identify themselves as a transformer. So the realness that I'm trying to tell you is, when they chose to create those bathrooms for people, for kids, for boys to walk in on girls, if you chose to feel like you just a man today, or you feel like you're a girl today, so you're just gonna go in the girl's bathroom, but tomorrow you can feel like you're a man and just walk in the men's bathroom. It was so many things, even him taking money from the military defense, trying to weaken our defense. Let me say that again. Taking guns and everything from our defense, trying to weaken us to give it to Kenya, a place that they say he was born in. He want to weaken us. He from another place, another country, but become the president of our country, and then wants to take our things and give it to the place that he's from. And all you stupid people in here thought he was black and can play basketball and cared about your black ass. When all the while, he was a duck. The difference is, he didn't walk like it. He didn't talk like it. So you didn't know what it was until I came. Until No Filters was born. And I hate it because God be my witness, I wish this was alive before Obama even took office. Because we would have been able to identify the scandal. We would have been able to identify this. But we wasn't. And because we didn't, we went through that. So when we talk about now, this is more reasonable about knowing now it's a difference. The Epstein files are more important than anything. Why? Because it has every world leader in it. And the people that choose to lead us today, they are in there for whatever's in there. And once they are exposed for what they've done and what they're doing, they still gonna be in office. You ever thought about that? Even after the Epstein files come out and we know that Trump's name is in there, then what? I'll wait. Coffee Grind Cosby in the building. That like, but subscribe, family. I appreciate you pulling up. After we find out who all's in there, then what? No, tell me. I'm waiting on you right in here now. Tell me in my house right now with my family. After Trump's in there, then what? Tone Power said impeachment. Running Water says nothing will change in their lives. Theo said Trump is all up and through those Epstein files. After his name is found in there and announced, then what? I want to know. Hit that like button right now and subscribe. I need 100 likes to get up out of here right now. I ain't gonna even play with fam. Let's get right. Let's get real. I don't never press y'all about nothing. I don't never stress y'all about something. But right now, I know we can get 100 likes up in here before we tune up out tonight, family. Double tap that screen, hit that like button, show love, and subscribe. And it's all free. Ain't no pressure. Ain't nobody forcing nothing. Ain't nobody dancing for likes. Let's be real. It's love. It's just all respect and love and understanding. That we here to enlighten, we here to enlighten. We here to bring light to darkness. It ain't even that. We here to save lives. We here to make sure your kids live tomorrow and forever if it's God's will. But we know if it's Trump's will or the world's will, no. So you definitely got to hit a like button for that, because I want your kids to live long and prosper. You can't hit a like button for that? You can't like that? That I want your kids to live long and prosper. You can't hit the like button for that? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, fam. Like, that's just real. So it's like, you know, it's so free for things when we know this, the respect and the love, because it's like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? It's got to be that. The fact that I want you to live tomorrow. You don't like that? I want you to wake up tomorrow. You can't hit a like button for that? I don't even know you. But I want you to wake up tomorrow. Because I'm sure there's somebody important that you need to be here for, even if it ain't for you. Let me say that again. I want you to wake up tomorrow because I'm sure you're here for somebody important. You can't hit a like button for that? Hell, even if you don't want to wake up tomorrow, I want you to. And I don't even know what you've done in your life, if it's even worth it for you. But we all get a chance. You can't hit a like button for a chance? The worst shit you done, you still here. You can't hit a like button for still being here. Think about your worst. I don't care if you're 40. Something you've done, but you still here. You can't hit a like button for thanking God you still here. Come on, fam. We ain't got to use nobody about hitting no likes in here. You can't tell me it ain't a reason that you ain't got in your mind that you can't hit the like button. You ain't being charged. Ain't nobody pressing you. You don't owe nobody nothing. But that's the thing. We reaping what we sowing. We reaping what we sowing. Lord, thank you for just saying it. Because you soft asses in here think people soft because of what we believe. You can't hit the like button for that? What I just say? You can't even, what I just say? You can't hit the like button for that. It ain't worth that. For things that you don't know, when you pull up here and you find out what's really real, today, you never knew the Mafia still exists. You never knew the mob was still at large. You never knew that the mob had their hands in the NBA. But yet we brought it to you. Why? Because if your child want to get involved with the NBA, or if your child want to get involved with betting, this is what they got to deal with. You can't hit the like button for that? You can't support for that? I feel sorry for those that hate. Because at the end of the day, reaping what you sow matters. The way you sow it in this manner. You're hating. See, you're hating. And if you sow that hate, you're going to reap that hate. You understand me? You sow that hate, you will reap it. There's no reason for it. But the fact, like, sometimes you're just mad. And you don't have to be. There's love here in this house. There's connection in this house. There's support in this house. There's people here that show you. And let me tell you something right now. We ain't never seen each other face to face in this house. That's how real this is. Strangers coming together for love, peace, and understanding, and growth. But we're going to have a cookout. And the cookout, everybody pulling up. We're going to get a mutual location. We're going to get a mutual stance. We're going to have a cookout because we all finna get together to see each other face to face, to know, to just tell each other, listen, my brother, my sister, I'm with you. I got your back. And nowadays, that's what we need to hear. How many of you in here for real? Shout out to you, Relax Code. How many of you in here for real just want to know that somebody got your back? Just be honest, man. Just say yes. Type yes if you just be real, man. Just stop lying, man. Be real. Nobody judging you, man. Be real. If you just be wanting to know somebody got your back, just be real. Don't you just, you know what I'm saying? Just be real, man. You want to know somebody got your back, man. Like, we go through a lot every day. We just, you know what I'm saying? We wake up, we right back at it. You just went to sleep. We right back at it. We just want to know somebody got our back, fam. Like, just say yes in here if you want to know somebody that got your back, bro. It ain't even no thing about you need nobody. Ain't nobody talking about you soft or you medicated cotton or you can't handle yours or stand on your business. But it's a difference when you know somebody got your back. Up against just walking in the fire. Or up against just living out here. You can't console into nobody. You can't trust into nobody. You just can't speak your mind to nobody. Don't just want to sometimes just open up your mouth and just start talking. Huh? But you don't even know who you can talk to. Or what you can talk about. You know what's funny? We all human. That's the difference. All of these judgments every day has put us in a position to forget we all human. We all have shit, piss, throw up, sleep, snore, fart. Go down the list. Your shit stank too. Walking around breathing and acting like you ain't who you is and you need this. Act like you don't need that. You ain't gonna hit the like button for that? That's why that's why I don't feel no type of way about not seeing each one of my family members, because I know my family members like me, whether older, whether younger. We all are human. We all like what we like, and we all have been open and optionalized to the options of the world and what we all can like and desire. So nobody gets to be more than anyone in here. Nobody gets to stand on business more than anybody in here. Even me. Yet I'm the lead or the voice. There are things I'm lacking, things I've been through, things I still learn, things I still need to know. But we thank God for knowing that I want to. That's the difference. You gotta want to. And a lot of y'all don't want to. But what I realized is, I ain't no fool. And ain't nothing new under the sun. And I thank God for the spirit of discernment, because nobody can get over on me. Let me say that again. I thank God for the spirit of discernment, because can't nobody get over on me. I've been through enough to know how somebody out here moving. Just looking at their structure, the body language, all of that. And I can make it up in my mind and know it. And I ain't got to say nothing. I just know how you moving. I just know what you doing and how you doing it. I don't have to yell out you a duck. And I damn sure ain't got to say what you doing to know how you doing it. I ain't just woke up yesterday. I done played the game. I know the buttons to press. The thing is, you can't press them buttons on me. Why? Because I'm heady steps ahead of you. Before I ever walk into something, I am fully aware of what I'm walking into. So I make a decision if that's what I want to do or deal with. So don't ever think you come in no filters as if you something new or you're shocking and surprisingly different than what I expect of you. Because any and everyone in my life, I am fully aware of who they are, how they are, what they do, and the manner they do it in. And the character of who they are and the way they do it. Because of that, I'm always woke. Even when I wake up, I was already woke. Because when I wake up, I know what I'm prepared for. I know what I'm around. I know what's going on. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Even when I wake up, I'm already woke, fam. The real Bando Kev ain't been here in a minute and you still come in talking. I appreciate you, man. Stephanie in here in the building, St. Louis, I see you. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. Double tap that screen for me. I appreciate it. It's all love. I just need to give you reasons about why we need to know who you dealing with on this screen. Because some people just look at you and just think you ain't who you is. Or some people just come off and just think you blend in. Or sometimes they'll look at you like you a civilian. And I'm neither. I'm not none. My history precedes itself. Things I've done out here is really real. We want to make sure we understand that. But a lot of people forget that. Or people that didn't know that will treat you how you are today. So you got to stand on business and let them know who you are, who you always been. I've always been the lights, the camera, the action. Let me say that again for somebody that ain't heard me. You better walk up, you better wake up and tell somebody you always been the lights, the camera, and the action. And regardless of how you see me today, I look much better in the future than I do right now. You hear me? Let me say that again. I'm the lights, I'm the camera, and the action. And I'm somewhere in the future. And I look way better than I do right now. You better say that with me, say it with me. You the lights, I'm the camera, I'm the action. And I'm somewhere in the future. And I look way better than I do right now. You hear me? You better believe that. You better receive that. You better hold on to that. You better go write that down. Take a picture. Put it on the wall. Say it with me again. I'm the lights. I'm the camera. I'm the action. and I'm somewhere in the future, and I look much better than I do right now. You hear me? Ha! As always, fam, you know what it is. Monday through Friday, it's your boy Dilla T. It don't get no better than this. We doing this the right way, the way it need to be done. And you know my family always gonna be with me. I got them on my left and my right. They got all my sides. I ain't tripping on nothing because we here. This is truly the light, not the darkness. You hear me? This is truly reading between the headlines and not the headline. You hear me? We heard it in form, understand and be aware that if it walk like her, talk like her, then we know what it's like her. You hear me? As always, fam, the love runs deep. It's never going nowhere. It's always right here for you, for me, for my family here at No Filters. One more time. I'm the lights. I'm the camera. I'm the action. And I look much better in the future than I do right now. As always, fam, I truly appreciate y'all. Hold on to that. We're going to make sure tomorrow's epic and make sure we understand that. It's always an emotional time for me when I get off here because I separate myself from y'all, but I know we together. As always, as time grow and it's over the night that it matters. I truly appreciate y'all. Nene Love Savvy TV tapping in for the good night is love. Thank you all for your time, your attention, and your love. Peace be with you truly this evening. Make sure doors are locked, guns are ready, and we ain't tripping on nothing. You hear me? As always, it's love, family. Be safe, be calm, and be well. Good night.